My name is Richard Bonnet, and here's my personal journey. So, I'm half Dominican, half Puerto Rican. Growing up, I grew up in New York City to Queens to Long Island. My childhood was amazing in Long Island. I made a lot of friends. High school was fun. I probably could have done better, but you know how it is. And then when I got out of high school, my friends were going to college because they just wanted to go to college because they had older brothers and sisters. They go visit them. They looked at the parties and all that stuff, but they were getting degrees that they weren't even going to use eventually. And they're wasting their parents' money essentially. And my parents, the way that I was raised, the culture of Latinos, you don't do that. Money is something that you don't take advantage of. You don't be frivolous with it. So I went to community college, but then I would work like jobs doing cleaning carpets. I delivered zone diet food, and I was a waiter for a little while. But when I was cleaning carpets and with the whole zone diet food thing, I'd listen to the radio. And I fell in love with it because I thought it was a medium that was very interesting. Because despite the advent of television and all these other types of media that surfaced even up until now, now it's podcasting, not necessarily terrestrial or satellite radio. Podcasting is where it's at. It's a new kid on the block that has struck terror in all the other types of radio. But when I was driving around listening to the radio, I'd hear commercials for this place called the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. And it was pretty simple. You go there, it was like more of a technical school. They teach you how to run a board. They teach you how to edit. They teach you how to work the mic, work operating systems, write copy, do everything. And I blasted through it. I won a ton of awards. And then the best part was that they allowed you to use the studios for life. So if you were a CSB student, you could just go there, you could sit in a studio, you could record, even if you're recording your own show, if you're doing stuff for yourself, it didn't matter. So I took advantage of that. And then right out of the gate, I got an internship at WFA, and then I got a job there. Then a guy that I met there by the name of Joey DeFazio, he got me a job at Sirius because he had moved from there to Sirius, and that was huge for me, and I did a lot there. And I worked as a sound production designer, show producer, an on-air host, and then I created my own channel, which was very hard because I had no budget, I had no resources allocated to me, no direction, no staff. I had to do everything. It was like pretty crazy what I was able to accomplish on top of everything that I had to do for my job that I was hired for. Everything was great, and then it all kind of came crashing down when I told my boss that I was half Dominican, half Puerto Rican, and he just kind of treated me like I was, the redheaded stepchild. And he ended up doing everything to get rid of me, and he couldn't fire me because my evaluations were all great, so he laid me off after 10 years with the company. And it was heartbreaking, and it really almost killed me. And I had to take legal action because no one's going to do that to me and get away with it. I'm a Scorpio. You sting me, I'm going to sting you harder. So I won my case. I won a bunch of money, went back to school, got my degree in journalism. And, I kind of had received a new lease on life because of the fact that you realize that, you don't get complacent, even if you're good at your job, even if you work hard, because anything can happen at any time. Nothing is promised to you, nothing is certain. So you gotta not only not take things for granted, but you have to be extremely grateful for everything outside of not just work, family, health, all that stuff. And now, with the Newhouse Graduate School, this is the final step for me because I want to eventually teach. And the whole ordeal was extremely difficult, but it made me stronger, and I was able to buy my parents a home in Puerto Rico. I have a place in Puerto Rico too, and it's still bittersweet, it still stings, but it's something that taught me some valuable lessons that in the future, things that I may not have noticed and too much trust I might have put in someone, I now can see the warning signs. So now I'm just excited for the future, and now I want to do things for myself as far as not have to be a slave to a corporate company where there's politics and there's nepotism, cronyism, whatever. So the future looks bright, and I can't wait for my personal story to continue.